Welcome back. Problem 15. So you want answers to be in a reduced number or a mixed number with a reduced fractional part. Alright, so there is no symbol between these two fractions. That means it's a multiplication, right? So you're looking at a fraction 7 over 9. Okay, there is no symbol in between the parentheses. That means it's multiplication. Okay, now that's a mixed number, 2 and 3/8. So how do you convert that into an improper fraction or a fraction? You take the 2, multiply to 8. 2 times 8 is 16. Add the 3, 19. So I hope you get that. 2 times 8. First multiply, then add the numerator. 2 times 8 plus 3. So 2 times 8 is a 16 plus 3 is a 19. 16 plus 3 is a 19. So that's how I get my new fraction numerator. Denominator is the denominator from before. 8. All right. If you notice, nothing reduces. 19 and 8, 7 and 9, nothing reduces, right? So 7 times 19, you will have to multiply by hand. So let's multiply this by hand. 7 times 19, I'll write 19 first and then 7. We need to know our multiplication tables, guys. 7 times 9 is a 63. 7 times 1 is a 7 plus 6 is 13. 133, that's the numerator. Denominator is 9 times 8, that is a 72. Okay, so I can write it 133 over 72. Next, the next question is about, you notice there is a division. Let's expand this, zoom in a little bit. So you have a numerator and a denominator. All right, so it is a fraction of fractions. So what I'll do is I'll write the numerator first, that is 3 over 5, and I am dividing by, I'll write it in parentheses because there's much going on. That's the denominator, 3 and 5, 6. Okay, once you write it in this fashion, you notice first we will convert this into an improper fraction. So the first fraction is 3 over 5 as it is, divided by, what happens here? 3 times 6. So 3 times 6, and then I add the 5. So 3 times 6, add 5 over 6. All right, so what is this feature here? Let's go through this. 3 times 6 is an 18. 18 plus 5 is a 21. Okay, so that's your story. So notice it is a division by a fraction. Division by a fraction is multiplication by the reciprocal. Reciprocal. So 6 upstairs and 21 downstairs. At this point, we can start reducing. All right. So notice I can reduce here already. So let me write down 3 over 5 times 6 over fraction. 6 over 21. So notice 6 over 21 can be reduced because 6 is 3 times 2. 21 is 3 times 7. When you do it in this fashion, Notice 3 times and 3 times. 3 is a common factor. Sorry, so that can be reduced. And now notice nothing in the top cancels anything in the bottom. Okay, there are no common factors in all of numerators and all of denominators. So at this point I can simply multiply. 3 times 2 is a 6, 5 times 7 is a 35. So I have 6 over 35. Next, again I have a numerator over a denominator. So this is fraction. Write the numerator first, and we are dividing by another fraction. Okay, division by a fraction is multiplication by the reciprocal. So 7 over 9 times fraction. I'm going to take reciprocal of this. Okay, all right, so let's see. In all of numerator and all of denominator, there is nothing common. So I simply have to multiply. Okay, so this is 70 over 81. Here is a mixed number times a mixed number, right? 4 and the fractional part is 3/5 times 3 and the fractional part is 3/8. All right, there is no symbol in between, so it's a multiplication. So let's first convert this to an improper fraction. So how do we do it? 4 times 5, you multiply the whole part with the denominator. 4 times 5 and add the numerator. Denominator is the same as the denominator. Okay, so we are multiplying that to a fraction. Again, 3 times 8 plus the numerator 3. Denominator stays the same. Okay, let's resolve each one. This is 4 times 5. 4 times 5 is a 20. 20 plus 3 is a 23. Okay, here 3 times 8 is a 24. 24 plus 3 is a 27. Okay, at this point we see whether we can reduce any of these, even across. Turns out nothing can be reduced. So we really need to multiply the numerators and multiply the denominators. Okay, denominator is 5 times 8 is 40. Numerator will take some work. So let's do that work. Here is 23. And you want to multiply by 27. All right. First you multiply by the 7, the units place. 7 times 3 is a 21. 7 times 2 is a 14. Plus 2 is a 16. Plus. Okay. Now this is going to be erased. I don't need it anymore. I'm going to multiply by this 2. But 2 is in the tens place. In other words, I either skip this or simply write a 0. Okay, you have to place an empty space there or place a 0 there. Now multiply by 2. 2 times 3 is a 6. 2 times 2 is a 4. Adding 1. 6 plus 6 is a 12. 1 plus 2, 1 plus 1 is 2, plus 4 is 6. So that's the numerator, 621. All right, so this is here 621 over 40. Uh-oh, did I make a mistake? Okay, let's see what happened there. 3/5 by, I hope I copied the question correctly, 5 over 6, right? 3/5 over 3, 5, 6. Okay, 3/5 divided by 18 plus 5 is 23. That's a mistake I made. All right. So when I divide by a fraction, I multiply by the reciprocal. So this does not reduce. Okay. So notice 3 times, nothing in the top cancels with anything in the bottom. So that's an 18 upstairs, 3 times 6. And what is this? I need to multiply 5 times 23. Okay, so 5 times 23, I will rewrite it as 23 first times 5. 5 goes in 3. 5 times 3 is 15. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 1 is 11. Okay, so that becomes 115 in the bottom. Okay, sorry about that. So one small mistake can lead to an entire error. So no mistake is really small. Every mistake is important. All right, so be mindful. Okay. All right, so next problem I'll start in my next video.